Since the death of George Floyd and countless protests from the fallout of his death, these times can be troubling for your mental health. Family counselor Alan Bragwell joins us now. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thanks for inviting me, and glad to be here.
As many people are looking for ways to process their emotions during this time, what are some of the general themes that you've been hearing from clients as it relates to what's happening in our community and across the nation?
People are anxious. They're concerned about what situations that they may encounter in the workplace, in their homes, in public, and it goes along with what we've been dealing with the uncertainty of the physical situation with COVID, and then the economic turmoil that followed that, and then now just really a third wave of mental health concerns that are coming along behind that. So it's a time of stress and difficulty for many people.
Many people are finding purpose in protesting. Is that a good way to deal with emotions?
Some folks definitely find an opportunity to go and to publicly with their community, with groups. It is a way that folks find that it gives them a chance to, not only in this environment, to get out, because we've been kind of constrained for the last 3 months, but it also gives them a way to connect with folks and express themselves in that manner. In many ways, it is helpful for some folks to do that.
Most of our local protests have been peaceful, but when someone acts out at these events, what are they dealing with?
Many times there's a fear of not being heard or listened to or understood, and everyone has been angry at some point. Many people suppress the anger and don't talk about it or don't do something with it. Other folks perhaps take the anger out in a more direct way.
As we all work to be kinder to others, what are some of the ways that we can practice kindness in our everyday lives?
Take advantage of every opportunity. Perhaps it could be helping someone with their groceries, load or unload, holding a basket with groceries if a child is upset with a parent that maybe have one or two. Perhaps reaching out to some of our elderly or folks that are shut in, and now that there's been some relaxing in the opportunities to connect with those folks, is to go and serve and do something like that, or to find an opportunity with someone that might be in need of something like as simple as helping mow their lawn if they have a yard, or helping them clean up or something with if they're having to a yard sale or something like that. Any opportunity that we see that we can give of ourselves, we're the ones, they'll benefit, but we also get something out of that opportunity to serve and to be there for others.
What are some of the ways right now that people can practice mental and emotional self-care?
Well, one thing that's already been mentioned is to sort of in the old days when bows were made out of wood, you never left it strung. You always unstrung it and let it rest. And so, as we mentioned earlier, just taking a mental break from whatever we have to do. It could be our job if we're in a high-tech or a hands-on kind of job, to when we're off, to take that time to just unwind and take a break, to practice some physical activity, to take a walk, or if we have pets, dogs, cats, or larger, is to interact with those. There's lots of research that shows that interacting with an animal, with not only a pet but just any kind of animal, can really just lower our blood pressure and lower our pulse and give us a different focus. That's a couple of things.
Anything else you'd like to share with us tonight?
I think it's really good for us to balance our individuality with those connections. And each of us in our lives, in our work, in our families, we have to take time for ourselves, but we also want to really appreciate and make those connections that give us a sense of recharge. Just like we recharge our phone or our tablet every day, each of us need to recharge. That could be physically, that could be mentally, and that could be spiritually as well. Recharge to regroup and make those connections.
Family counselor Alan Bragwell, thank you so much for your time and your insight tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.